My name Edmund Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I would like to take this opportunity under our initiative of National Gathering for Peace and Trust to communicate to our leaders in the Government of National Unity as they are planning to officially launch the newly extended transitional period, which will kick off on 22nd February 2025. And as we are aware that also government delegation under the Tumaini Peace Mediation have requested the mediation of Tumaini, which is mediated by Kenya and co-mediated by IGAD and St. Gideon, to allow them to break off so that they can attend the launching of the newly extended transitional period for the period of 2 years. As a civil society, we would like to take this opportunity to urge our leaders at the level of the presidency to hold an urgent meeting before the rollout of the newly extended transitional period, and the meeting should focus on making critical political decisions that contribute in generating actions that will contribute for creation of a good enough conditions for the conduct of the elections as scheduled for December 2026. We would like to communicate to our leaders at the level of the presidency and at the level of the leadership of the parties that are signatory to our access, that if our leaders does not take a primary responsibility to commit themselves to implement the pending task of the transitional period, and specifically through adequate and timely financing of the pending task of the R access as per the institutions tasked by the provisional agreement to implement, we are likely to witness a dragging of feet and a delay and lack of commitment like what we have seen for the past 5 years. This round of the extension is the last round, as we have said before, and is the only chance that also offer postponement of the election. So as a civil society activist, our message to our leaders that the country is no longer ready for any further extension of the transitional period. This should be the last extension, but this last extension cannot succeed until you take a primary responsibility of demonstrating political will and political commitment. And the political will and commitment will be described by availing funding adequately and timely to the institutions that have a relevant mandate to deliver the pending task of the R access. Any failure not to hold election in December 2026, the only option is that the incumbent government should resign and an interim government should take place and pave a pathway for a successful political transition. The current leadership of the country have a limited time to succeed in creating a good enough condition for the conduct of the election in December 2026. And the limited time deadline is that by October 2025, if the current leadership fail to make decisions that deliver actions that create a good enough conditions for the holding of the election in December 2026, the country and the citizen, and I'm quite sure the region and the international community, is not ready again to see a quick marathon on 22nd September 2026 for another extension of the transitional period. The current leadership at the level of the government, at the level of the parties signatory to our access, are having their final political test to demonstrate political will and commitment to show us that what they claim to be as a leaders for governing the citizen have shown through their action of adequately and timely financing the implementation of the pending task of the R access, which will end in holding peaceful and credible elections. Elections is the only viable means for peaceful transition of the situation of the country from violence to peace. Thank you very much.